It's the Lakes area's most wanted. We are cleaning up the criminals in our area and need your help. Have you seen any of these people?
Amanda Beth Herelick, age 29. She's 5 feet 5 inches tall, 123 pounds with green eyes. She's wanted for felony for forged or altered prescriptions. Craig Allen Eagleshield, age 40. He's 5 feet 10 inches tall, 200 pounds with brown eyes. He's wanted for second-degree DWI. Lauren Peter Gress, age 31. He's a white male, 5 feet 11 inches tall, 220 pounds. He's wanted for theft by issue of worthless checks. Cynthia Dawn Gornowitz, age 51. She's 5 feet 4 inches tall, 140 pounds. She's wanted for gross misdemeanor theft. Robin Kathleen Columbus, age 40. She's 5 feet 9 inches tall, 180 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. She's wanted for gross misdemeanor traffic violations and has 2 warrants for misdemeanor shoplifting. Douglas William Collins Jr., age 20. He's 5 feet 11 inches tall, 135 pounds with brown eyes and brown hair. He's wanted for misdemeanor traffic violations. Patricia Lynn Clark, age 47. She's 5 feet 2 inches tall, 125 pounds with brown eyes and brown hair. She has 3 warrants for misdemeanor theft. Robert James Cadoti, age 31. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall, 140 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. He's wanted for felony assault. Christina Teresa Bosch, age 21. She's 5 feet 5 inches tall, 135 pounds with blue eyes and blonde hair. She's wanted for underage drinking and driving of a motor vehicle.
The Lakes area's most wanted. We're cleaning up the streets. Remember, if you see any of these people, do not approach them. Call your local law enforcement office. And now, a word from our area law enforcement.
I know that the metro area has a gang strike force that's been in the news a lot lately, and so I wanted to just let the folks in Detroit Lakes know about our participation in the West Central Minnesota Narcotics Task Force. This is an agreement that is partied by 8 different counties in West Central Minnesota and 6 different cities. And we reached this agreement in order to help each other combat illegal narcotics. None of us as individual agencies have enough staff to really do the work that's involved when you're doing a narcotics investigation. And so we have found that if we pool our resources, we are able to adequately investigate these crimes as they're reported to us. Another thing that we find with narcotics trafficking is that it isn't bound by jurisdictional lines. And people that traffic narcotics typically are in the city, in the county. They may travel to a neighboring city. They may travel all the way to the Twin Cities. And so in anticipation of the difficulty that these cross-jurisdictional investigations involve, we have formed cooperative agreements. The West Central Minnesota Narcotics Task Force is comprised of the counties of Becker, Clay, Douglas, Grant, Ottertail, Pope, Wadena, and Wilkin, and the larger cities in those counties, including Alexandria, Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, Moorhead, and Pelican Rapids. The West Central Minnesota Narcotics Task Force is run by a board of directors, of which I am a member. We have a special agent in charge, and we currently have 7 officers from these different agencies assigned to the Drug Task Force. These officers report directly to the task force commander for their direction and the establishment of their priorities, and that commander then in turn reports to the board of directors to ensure that the policies we set are being adhered to and that the mission is being accomplished. The West Central Minnesota Narcotics Task Force is funded by contributions from the individual members, in-kind contribution of officers, their wages and overtime, their expenses associated with vehicle leases and gasoline purchases, so on and so forth. In addition to that, we are funded with a $170,000 grant from the state of Minnesota. This is actually a federal grant that's referred to as a burn grant, and it is divvied up by the feds among all of the states in the union. Then consequently, Minnesota divvies up their share of the burn grant to the several regional drug task forces in Minnesota, of which there are about 7 or 8. That budget, that amount that we are given each year to operate is $170,000. That pays for several contracted services, training for the officers, fuel and maintenance on the vehicles they use, lease agreements for the vehicles they use, cell phone expenses, supplies, traveling, and then most importantly the confidential funds that we use for purchasing contraband, narcotics, and for paying informants that perform on our behalf. We have long supported the efforts of the West Central Minnesota Narcotics Task Force, and the Detroit Lakes Police Department currently has 1 member assigned to that task force, a tradition that we have carried on here for over 15 years.
Thank you for watching the Lakes Area's Most Wanted.